Hello, everyone, and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admirals edition. This is Friedrich again with looks like an auto flip to the Japanese there in the Dutch East Indies, next to Timor there. Anyway, my voice sounds a little bit funny still, but I'm getting better. So hopefully, I'm not hacking during this recording. So here we go. We actually survived two torpedoes. They both miss. We don't get him, but, well, he doesn't get us. All right, we're coming into bombard, so we're going to have to run through some subs here, looks like. I'm not expecting much here. Let's just get through this. These air-to-air battles in the night don't really do anything usually. Oh man, I wanted to see what we did to him. I accidentally backed out of it. Okay, we already shot down one lily. Flak got another one. Two lilies destroyed for no losses on our side. Now, wish we were a bit smarter about that, but um, we do fire a couple torpedoes at a sub chaser and miss. All right, he's coming in to bombard. I've got some ships coming to bombard him, so I'm tired of this. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this because we got several ships. Here we go. And I did a full speed run, so this is a nighttime bombardment, and then we're gonna sneak away. All right, what did we get? Not much. We do beat up the base a little bit. That's fine. The goal wasn't to beat up the base. Our bombers are doing a fine job of that. Second SNLF and 47th Naval Guard unit. Looks like that's basically what he has there. A couple of smaller units. We can't find this guy. 6 torpedoes? All right, jumping in the air. So we apparently got away from Tulagi without running into any more subs. Hmm. All right, good. I want to shoot some of these Tojos down. I've got a lot of these fighters coming in. So I wouldn't say these guys are going to survive, but if they can wear down these Tojos, maybe we can start shooting them down. I apologize for last video not allowing some of this to play out. I'll play out this one and we'll see. Now, my pilots are better. I'm not saying they're better than his or better aircraft, but I've put these high defensive value guys in these fighters to hopefully give them the ability to survive longer. Now, we just lost Hurricane 2B, but we only lost one, and he lost the Tojos. Right now, it's 1-1. And 1-2. So, yeah, I think I'll take this ratio so far. Earlier, like a month or two ago, we would have been shredded, like probably lost 4 or 5 to his 1, but we're hanging in there. his cap is long. Our sweeps are long range. I mean, I wouldn't say they're extended range, but our sweeps are long range. His cap is long range, but so hopefully, I mean, we may lose some ops to ops, and he may lose some to ops. Okay, so now it's 2-2. We have more fighters coming, but I mean, if he's only going to cap this with 16, there's not going to be a lot of Tojos to shoot down. Hmm. Okay, 2-3. Yeah. So he got the better of us. I believe that's a 2-3 ratio there. We got more. I wish better fighters were coming in right now. Because we're going to wear them out with these weaker fighters, but in the meantime, we're going to take more attrition. All right now it's 11-11. Let's see how we do. Okay, all right, man, dropping like flies as soon as I say we're even. Oh, critical hit and then destroyed. For a second there, we evened the odds again, but now we're again dropping like flies. Mm. Down to 1v7. It's not gonna be good. Okay, so I think that was 1-1. I can't remember. Now these are the C's, and they're flying high, so they're going to be dropping on these guys. Should be diving, but we'll see. Come on, 2Cs. These are supposedly our best fighters in the theater. Well, we got the P40Ks. Those are pretty good too. There we go. Okay. Maybe we can get the last one before he bails or bugs out. Oh, 1v1. Sorry about that. How did we let him? How did we drop so fast? Okay, well, maybe the P40Ks can do something here. These guys are diving. Pardon me. Come on, don't let him get away. Oh, see, come on. Well, at least he shot him down. He damaged him, which means, you know, maybe ops loss. We'll see. There we go. All right, we cleared the sky. The bombers may commence their missions. Okay, this is gonna trash our units, but yep. Now, okay, here's what's happening. These twin engine bombers, I sent them into Port Moresby to bomb the ground units. There's a couple reasons. One is to damage the unit or start softening them up, cause them to have to use supply to rebuild them, repair, etc. But the other, and then he's also moving, so to slow him down. Not that it matters. I don't care where he's going. If he leaves Port Moresby, that's even better. But there's a third reason, and that is like a recon to see what he has here. So we do a little bit of damage to the unit. That's fine. Not that great. So it looks like the 4th Division is here. I mean, I don't see 4th Division C Regiment here, but that doesn't mean it's not in the hex. And then he has a base force and a Naval Guard unit as well. All right, now this is supposedly hitting the tank division. I don't know where this Tojo came from, but that's fine. I'm better skip that. Okay, this is severe storm, so it's not ideal. So I'm just gonna skip the air to air because there's nothing really happening here. Yeah, the severe. I was hoping we could get some of these tanks, but sadly, no. All right. So his flak is working. That means he has supplies. Yeah, the severe storms is going to be. That's unfortunate. That's fine. I'm going to do this every day until we attack, which is going to be, I think, 2 days, but I'm not sure. I have to gauge based on how fast these guys are marching up this road. Oh, I just saw there was a vehicle destroyed. That was just nice. All right, again, two twin engine bombers hitting the ground troops. 42nd Naval Guard unit is the main unit we hit there. So yeah, 4th C. So he has the 4th Division here. What's this? Better look at what he's doing, because I didn't say Buna. Maybe I didn't specify, and then he opted. The commander sent them to Buna. Okay, I'll check that, because it's not my goal right now. One of the reasons I'm trying, I mean, I'm no expert at this game or strategist or anything. One of the thoughts I'm having about my operations is if I'm doing aggressive action in the Southwest Pacific, maybe he'll be distracted just enough for us to be able to get this invasion of Tarawa off without a hitch. All right, now that in the afternoon he resets his Tojos, and maybe this gives us a chance to shoot more of them down. Now, again, whenever there's I mean, this is a war of attrition, so whenever we can beat up his Air Force, I think we need to take advantage of it. Okay. He's getting the better of us this time. At least we haven't lost any, I don't think, destroyed. but we've only knocked out one of his as well, so I'm not liking our he seems to have better durability than our planes. There we go, another one destroyed. When I say durability, it seems like he has more aircraft that stay on this side than we have on this side. Seems like the only reason he backs away is damage. We back away due to all sorts of reasons. Low fuel controls are not responsive, all sorts of things. So, yeah, see that low on fuels. Sure, wonder if that means I should be sending them out with, even if they can reach, maybe I should still put them up with a drop tank. Anyway, like I think if they come from Tongyi, they don't have to have a drop tank. Maybe I should just start doing that anyway. All right, let's see how these Hurricane 1s do. Now, I know they're not top of the line. I know they're probably supposed to be replaced by now. But we're taking advantage that we have them, and if all they are is death trap, yeah, I'll take them out. But it seems like they fare okay. Let's just see how they do here in this. Yeah, not good so far. Okay, well, they destroyed one. They've damaged a few, so I mean, there's that. Dropping like flies. There we go. Okay, they're holding their own. My opponent, he's probably thinking, man, if I'd have had a whole squadron or two up here, he probably would have shredded my whole Air Force by now. Yeah, look at that. Just, there we go. Where are these Tojos coming from? Usually when I cap something, the only amount that's capped is literally the amount I set up. This one seems like tells me that there's like 8. They keep feeding in. I don't know. Anyway, we do get the better of them here, even with Hurricane 1s. Look at this. We even have some P40Ks. Let's take out the last 2 guys. See what you can do. Well, there's one right away. All right. I don't know if you can tell, but these fighter squadrons are not full, and the reason for that is I'm keeping 30% of my squadrons back to rest because I want to keep doing this, and that means having some rest pilots. We'll see how this plays out and works, but may or may not be ideal. But I'd like to keep beating in the sweeps and the bombing runs. And hopefully the weather clears. We can get in there. Now the B-17s are bombing the ground again. Well, the biggest reason here is to get an idea of what he has. So you can see as a Naval Guard unit, at least one. And then I'm going to have B-24s come and hit the base. All right. He only has 12 zeros now. I don't know if it's because of attrition or because that's all he decided to opted to send in. We have 18 B-17s. We've been losing them in this mission here. I'm gonna keep doing it though. I'm committed. All right, let's go. All right, so we lose one. That's very unfortunate because there again, we don't have a million of these, and we're not making them anymore. So let's do this. All right, yeah, one destroyed. We do hit the base pretty well. Now he has 1-0 left. He does get us um, on radar, but we're able to chase him away relatively quickly and then hit the base. About the same number of hits as 17 B-17s. Yeah, there's nothing more to fight there. All right, well there you go. I would say that was a successful air day. And it remains to be seen if that's gonna hold, though. All right. Yeah, right here on this road, he's gonna try to knock me out of the position. Yep, that's all right. Quite all right. I mean, and it is what it is, right? Okay. All right. Even trade here. Okay. Yeah, no. Our second division made it here with no interference. I was thinking he was gonna bomb us, but he didn't. Anyway, moving on. We are bombarding. We do have a gun unit in here. We're actually doing damage to him now. I mean, barely, but you know. Um, okay, I wanted to allow those who are interested to kind of look at the bottom of this ops report. You can see we are trying to rebuild the 107th RAF base force, so we can bring it into India for support there. We got a few things coming in. Ooh, something. Oh, this may be a movement from a squadron I'm shuffling around. And then this, uh, yeah, these are probably reinforcements. 4th Marine Raider Battalion. Okay, and you can see here the expansions. This looks like probably a Japanese base, and then we've got our stuff going on here. Probably Soviet there. Okay, I'm just hovering over Burma so you can see this is the scene of the crime where most of this happened. We did have some action over Shortlands, but this is where a lot of the air-to-air losses are going to be. You can see here, total of 16 to 30. That's not as good of a ratio as I've seen, but anything better than 1 to 1, I'll take. Keep trying to knock his numbers down, especially pilots. Anyway, so let's look at the details. I don't know if there was something specific I was going to talk about, but there's 2 destroyed by flak. That was over Rangoon. All right, let's take a look here. If we go to Japanese aircraft, 38 to 30. So something is over. This is absurd. I think this is 20 also. So this 28 is, yeah. So I think the Tojo is over. All right. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because the only other air-to-air is this Lily, which we did shoot down. Okay. So taking a second, we can see this is going to be less by 8. So 23 total. And we lost 16 total, and that's going to include, unfortunately, some B-17s. But, so you lost a lot of Tojos. Again, 23. In air-to-air, 19 of those were just shot down by Allied fighters, which, again, is better than the Allied losses of total of 7. Now, and the 7 is going to include at least 1 B-17. So there's 6 to, what did I say? 19. So that's pretty good, huh? Now, he did lose a 0 to ops. I was hoping we'd have a lot more than that after all the damages we did. And then the Helens came in and did nothing, but we didn't do anything back. So that's that. All right. And you can see for yourself whatever is interesting here. And then now the Allied losses. All right, 16. Yeah, that's right. So this is going to be accurate. We lost 3 Hurricane 2Bs, 2 Hurricane 2Cs, and so total of 6, like I said, versus 19 Tojos. But we also lost a number of ops, 4. So we lost 10 against 23 when you add up the ops as well. We do lose 2 B-17s, 1 air-to-air, 1 ops. We lost a couple of Vengeances, probably taking damage against his Tojos. Just didn't make it back. 1 Catalina, PBY-5, 1 C-47, and there you go. All right, but the next question is, how many pilots? All right, this is not ideal. 1 missing, 4 killed. I mean, compared to the ratio of losses of airframes, I mean, it is what it is. Whether I'm okay with it or not doesn't matter. That's what it is. Last turn, this is saying the I-35 sank near Trincomalee. Now, because I haven't even fought it in a while, I wonder if, and first of all, I don't even trust these sub losses because they pop up next thing you know. But if we sank it, it was a couple of days ago or more that we hit it. And it was probably slinking away for repairs as it sank near Trincomalee. But again, I'll believe it when I don't see the I-35 and it's 1945, and I still haven't seen it since 42, but we'll see. If we change this and kind of look at some more information, it looks like not really much more going on here. But because we always know our losses, and I don't see any since the ISIS, which I scuttled, whether these sank or not, at least we didn't lose any since the 13th. All right. So that's that. Let's move on to October 23. Or, well, the resolution for this day, which is October 22. Welcome back. Ooh, looks like a dot base was taken. So, welcome back, everyone. This is October 22, 1942. Again, I'm Friedrich with, okay. Oh, got a nice hit on the I-6. Okay. one hit. So the goal with these YMS is I didn't think I sent them up already. Maybe I did. The idea was to clear the mines. Why are they over here? It could be I have them on reaction and they're out here because I had them come from Abamama. Sorry, Tabataweya. I was looking at that word. I don't know. I thought I was going to wait and not give away what I'm doing, but he still may not know what I'm doing. Alright, he's got bigger ships than we do here. I wonder why he's not using them. They just sit there to defend Mole Mine, I guess. Well, this is Battleship Group. Alright, boys. We ran into a Battleship Group. He must have something in port here that he keeps these guys supplied, like an AKE, an AE, something. Because these guys are just sitting here, and they've been periodically in action. So seems like they would need to be supplied. Okay, so I guess we're undergunned here. So now I know this is just not something I can do anymore. Oh, these little Dutch ships are doing something. No, well, not much. Okay, so they got a hit on the Sendai. That's it so far. Ooh, the Trump might sink this day. Come on, at least hit something on your way out. This is night action, so I'm not surprised we're not getting into anything. Looks like neither side is doing a good job at any of this. Oh, the Van Ghent got hit pretty good. Oh, well, it got hit. I don't know. I don't know how good of a hit. It's not smoking at all. I'd like to see the Sendai get hit a couple more times. Well, I guess the blessing is we're not getting wrecked. Okay, well, as soon as I say that a torpedo hits the hind, that's going to go down. Usually these destroyers don't do well with torpedoes. There it goes. Alright, well, we got another hit on the Sendai. While there's not much surface action, that's one of the reasons why I'm watching this. Because we haven't had a lot of surface action, or I've skipped it for various reasons. I guess let's see. Let's see how it plays out. It's probably not going to be... Well, it doesn't look good so far. We lost the destroyer, and oh, well, it's over. We got a hit on the Ize, but that's just going to be a scratch, if that. We did take 3 shell hits and heavy damage on the Tromp. That's probably going to sink. This Sendai is not very damaged. So, all in all, it could have been worse. We need to just get out of there. Because now that we know what's there, and in the future, we're just not going in there until I can get some, better, aircraft in the area and knock those battleships out of the park. All right. This is night action. It's not going to be fun or pretty. We did shoot down a Helen, so that's good. Okay. It's like stop putting your head up above water if you're not gonna take a shot. So I don't know if he's doing a supply run or what, but he definitely has ships here. That's okay. We're gonna keep doing our mission. I should have just gone here and let him run into our task force. Ah, we ran into him anyway. I don't know. This doesn't look fun. I have a hunch it's going to be bad. I don't know why, but also I don't want to spend all day watching these naval battles. We're already low on ammo. Gotta be. I'm just going to skip through.
Greetings, everybody. How's tricks?
So we
This is
trade.
Orphan
It's about
Ann
the
from
same.
Radio Tokyo, saying hello to all of her dog faces and boneheads wandering the Pacific Islands. Before we start the music, the Japanese
Actually,
High
both of
Command
us would be
announced
low on
today
ammo for
that
that.
the Imperial Navy has achieved another great victory near Rangoon, with the sinking of 2 carriers, a battleship, and numerous cruisers and destroyers.
Yeah. So, okay, that's kind of a funny anyway, obviously propaganda, right? All right, we torpedo this tanker. Also, I've moved some heavies in here. I'm gonna bomb that oil. But here he on fire heavy damage that may sink, and of course we have a dud there. Okay, we're below the depth charges. All right, well for sure it's sunk now, right? So he fires 2 torpedoes. One hits and explodes. One is a dud, but that's gotta sink it, right? Yep, there it goes. All right, now he has a lot more fighters up. And the Hurricane 1's going first. Good luck, buddies. Good luck, boys. All right. We kind of see with the point here. These Tojos last like infinity, you know? I mean, they can hover over the base the whole turn. Um, okay. We'll keep coming. We got more coming. But because we have a lot, I'm gonna kind of we'll give it a few seconds, see if how it starts, and go from there. You can't do this too much without getting tired pilots, right? I mean, maybe he has infinite fatigue and infinite fatigue on both the aircraft and on the pilots. I don't know. Um, well, we take out a few of his Tojos. Let's just keep going. We got more coming. And he's sweeping us with 3. Okay. That's jungle. It's going to be a bit harder to hit us there, but okay. So our Lysanders come in before the sweeps are done. So that's going to be bad. Man, stop. I don't know. These guys are, I don't know. Obviously not thinking straight. Um, I do have a lot more sweeps where that comes from, so we'll see. Yeah, we actually destroy a Sally, 14 damage, and we take very light casualties. Being here in the jungle, that's going to help a lot, okay? So we should be okay here. Unlike these unfortunate Chinese troops. And we're similarly bombing a rough terrain hex that is also dealing with light rain, minimal casualties. Here comes some more sweeping hurricanes. And I'm going to likewise just knock this out. This is going to be a long turn as it is. So let's just keep it going. Okay. Wow. All right, this could be bad. Oh, we get some through. So we lose 3 Blenheims and nothing to show for it. All right. 9 Vengeances. Let's see how many we get. Oh, we lost 1. I'm telling you, it can say clear and it'll still be, it can say clear in between turns and it'll still be rain when it's time. And then, of course, we won't get any damage to these troops. But maybe there's some disruption and fatigue. So I guess I shouldn't complain too much. Wow, that was a lot of aircraft and only targeted one small engineer unit. I don't know. This is so weird. I mean, the weather is better than last turn, and we're hitting nothing. I'm confused. I am utterly confused. Finally doing something, but man, what's going on? I mean, like a place like this, well, it's also light rain. We're getting more damage with less bombers. I don't know. Finally, starting to make some progress here. 8 port hits. This is hitting ground troops. We'll see how effective it is, though. All right. We may lose one or more of these B-17s. We do hit the base pretty well, and we destroy a 0 and 1 on the ground, at least 1 and 1. Well, we may have shot down both of those zeros. All right, this might be bad. We only have 4 P-40s up against a lot of aircraft. Okay, let's go. Whenever it says like from the side, yeah, it's probably a bad thing. All right. So when I mean, this torpedo hit, I don't know how good that's gonna manage Sumatra, but if you look here, he loses four zeros and at least four zeros and at least two baddies. Um, yeah, and it looks like more coming. Okay. All right. Yeah. This doesn't take too long. Let's just watch it. Starboard side. See that? It's usually a bad sign if they're um. See that port side? Yep. So this time he doesn't lose as many aircraft. Yeah, that's not a good sign when you got aircraft. Yeah. I'm really sick of these. I mean, honestly, look at that. I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm really sick of these duds because it just seems like the ratio is way higher. The dud rate is way higher than it's supposed to be. Oh, and then all the die rolls are on this one attack. I don't know. And this is just machine gun fire. That's all we're doing here. Um, okay, I don't know how that's going to do anything. You know what? I'm just going to skip. That's just a lot of machine gun fire. And we take 5 hits. These shell hits are probably just machine guns hitting it. Uh, but unescorted as it is, we're able to sink it. All right. It looks like I don't know. I may have to step away from this for a bit and evaluate what I'm doing in this game. Now, it won't make a difference to you because the next time a video will come out, it'll be like seamless. Well, hopefully. But for me, I'm just struggling with some of the things that are happening so far in the game. Um, it's October 23, and it looks like um, this, which is a war of attrition, is, well, I guess to a certain degree, historically, even October 1942, the Allies were still struggling in the war of attrition. It was a major back and forth affair still. It's still up in the air. The tide probably didn't really shift until early 43. But for myself, I'm just struggling in my head trying to figure out how to spin some of these things into victories. Do some jujitsu and let his momentum carry him into a defeat. But I'm just not finding that just yet, and struggling with that. So I might need, and I'm just getting kind of personally war weary. So I may step away for a bit and evaluate what my options are and come back and see where we're at. Take a fresh perspective, because I think I'm part of the thing is I'm getting into this rut that I've dug myself, and all the viewers who out there, especially if you're a veteran of this game, probably know that already. And anyway, but let's talk about the turn, and then we'll just see what happens for October 23, when that gets played out, when I finalize that. Here we got a situation where I've lost 32 aircraft and he's lost 30. This isn't a big deal as far as like the numbers. It's just frustrating because um, it's like no matter what I do or how much effort I put into this or how much I shoot down, he still has like I mean it feels like I'm fighting a never-ending horde of aircraft and pilots. I shoot 30 down, and the next turn he has 40 up, flying high and hardy and tougher than ever. So I don't understand. Maybe if I was Japan, I would be getting wrecked with these same numbers because I don't know if it has to do with luck and maybe he's got it or what. But when I hear from people who play Japan, and it's like, well, your limited resources, limited pilots, limited stuff. I'm not seeing it. So anyway, moving on. Um, so looking here, this probably is right. So let's take a look here. He lost 14 Tojos, probably replaced by 25 this turn. Um, and 9 zeros, 3 Bettys, 2 Helens. You can see the numbers here. 5 to ops of these Tojos. So we're wearing them out, but I don't know. Let's look at us and see how terrible we did. All right. Of course, we lost a lot of Lysanders. That's over inflating these numbers because they went in like lemurs, thinking it was a good time. We lost some Hurricane 1s. These are expected because they're not top of the line. And Blenheim 4s because they went in before the sweeps finalized. 2Cs, Hurricanes, P40s, etc. You can likewise see these numbers. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of ops because we're doing these relatively with decent range. So they're going to limp back and crash. B-17E we lost like I was expecting. So again, I'm not sure how this war of attrition is going, and I certainly can't tell that it's going in my favor. 21 out of the 32, that's just a terrible ratio. I don't know. Again, maybe it's just a bad turn. Maybe it's a bad sequence of turns that's causing my frustration. Maybe it's dice rolls. I don't know. But what is this happening? Why is this guy going east? Oh, I remember now. I was going east because I was going to come up here from below and cut that off. Um, okay. So I'm going to bombard and bomb. Um, yeah. Okay. I'll bombard and bomb the airfield one more time, damage that up. Then we'll bomb with bombers the ground troops again, and we'll do an attack next turn. So not this turn, but next turn. And hopefully these groups recover some of their um, uh, assault strength some more, because I mean we could get up there with decent numbers slowly but surely. Um, okay, but yeah, I'm not gonna pull the trigger on anything right now. Like I said, I'm just not feeling it, and I don't want to do that to my opponent either. Go in with half effort. So, and we got these guys crossing the river to do a shock attack against this small regiment. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but we're certainly going to try. Um, okay. Um, let's look again to. We certainly lost some ships here, as did he. He lost a tanker and a cargo ship. We lost a cruiser and a destroyer. This tanker looks like a decent one. 7950 uh, capacity, and yeah. Likewise, the this cargo ship was not bad, decent range. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm just moving down here, seeing what's what, seeing if anything stands out. We got the usual bombings. That's nothing new. Um, keeping the port damaged. He's got ships here. I'm not sure what he's doing, but it looks like we need to start hitting the airfield at Buna again. That's going to be next. Short lens, the damage is getting up there, but again, he's bringing in long range. That long range cap that's keeping us suppressed. Um, and I feel like I have to keep pressing the attack, and if he wants to keep capping, he'll take the damage. Um, now over here, I'm trying to get supplies into here. I don't think you have to have supplies for these PBYs, especially because I've got supplies on this um, seaplane tender, so that'll hopefully help. We got eyeballs on something happening up here at Mealy, and um, that could just be some kind. Well, it could literally just be an anti-invasion force. These guys did not encounter a mine, so they'll probably head back. Um, I think we have to launch now and head over here. Let's see, I think it was this one. We're gonna head over here, remain on station, um, and the amphibious force is coming, and we'll be roughly in this area the next turn, and this guy will be roughly in this area next turn, and then we can start heading up. Um, we'll pull the trigger on that very soon. All right. But yeah, nothing going on in the Southwest Pacific just yet. Carriers should be, well, speaking of which, what's the latest on some of this stuff? Repairs completed. We've got a lot of cruisers coming online at Sydney, so we can put them in our task forces and start prepping. But we're going to need the carriers yet. And, okay, we got a new escort carrier here at Tacoma. Um, and these guys are still, man, they're still a ways away from being ready. Let's see, what do I want to look at? Okay, so the best we can do for the Saratoga is 4 days. Best 3, 1. Man, that could even be, not that we need it, but anyway, this will be ready next turn. The Wasp needs 41. We're not waiting 41 days, but we certainly have to wait 5. I'm going to anyway. Wait 5 days to get these ships online, ready to go. And these must be big boys. Can't even park here. Obviously, the South Dakota can't either. And then a couple of light cruisers. I don't know that I'll wait 10 days. We'll see. We'll see how the operation goes in Tarawa and some other things. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff ready to start equipping these task forces. I'm just not putting them in the task forces just yet, because then I just have to keep them fueled, and there's no reason to rush that that operation. Let's grab replacement destroyer here, just so we can repair that guy. Yeah, he shouldn't need any extra special care. Okay. Let's actually, I've pretty much covered anything that I stood out to me. I will point out there is, okay, there's a couple more things in my head that I wanted to share. Okay, there is the Yorktown. That's 7 more days, so he won't be able to participate in anything real soon, and it'll take him, a month. Well, maybe not a whole month. It'll take him a good while to get down there to Australia, just in time to be upgraded again, right? I don't know. No, a year away. Okay. Couple things. One, Darwin, I brought these B-17s in, and they were supposed to bomb, but they didn't. So that's unfortunate. So there's that unfortunate situation. And then let's take a look at these ships. We seriously damaged cruisers, and since their speed is decent, let's just head on out to. I thought we were going to have a ship that was really badly damaged, but we'll return to Calcutta at mission speed and direct route, absolute, and go get out of here. Okay. Probably have to cap them, but we'll be okay. But there again, what's sitting here? Why is this guy parked here? Oh, I know why. He was in the task force to the escort task force. Okay, good. All right, well, we should make it home. Okay. Well, Calcutta. All right. So the question is, how many fighters is he going to have over here this coming turn? I just don't know the answer to that. But we're going to go in, same thing, sweep, 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 and bring as much as we can. Keep the pressure on. We're going to hit the airfield because I want to keep him from being able to build the forts up. I don't even know what the level of forts are. And then, um, yeah, these guys are just sitting here, going to hold the fort. We've got these Bofors. They're shredding the Sallies, hopefully damaging them up pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here the video, and next time you'll see the video, it'll be status quo, and I don't think you'll have. I mean, you might not have even noticed anything related to my intro to this part of the video, but right now I'm just sharing my headspace. So I know I'm supposed to be getting wrecked. And maybe maybe I should be way back here fighting for my life. But right now it just feels like a situation where my troops are coming in and just hitting a brick wall time after time after time, and not just troops, airplanes, ships. Um, it feels like nothing's changed. So check this out. See this? Um, well, I'm gonna do something here. So first, 227 ships. I mean, you would think he's lost none. I'm no expert, okay? I haven't played this game long enough, but I see this 227 and I'm like, it feels like it feels like I might as well have sunk zero because he still has as much on the board, or his presence on the board is as intense as it was at the beginning of the war. That's again my hunch as a newbie. Okay, so the other thing is, then let's look at aircraft losses. See this? Over the campaign, he's lost 37-22, and we've lost 26-88. But you would think the way the air operations are going, he has as many aircraft as I mean he's lost none. Now, okay, you say, well, yeah, but how many planes is he bombing in China? Like he's only using 50 aircraft or so. And how many bombers is he flying here? Not very many. And but the bombers he's flying here have been done significant damage, sinking ships, destroying elements of my units here in Burma, and his fighters are shredding my fighters. And down here, um, well, he hasn't been bombing here lately. And down here, he's low on aircraft, only not even guarding these. He's only guarding Shortlands. But it feels like wherever he is, well, maybe that's the reason he's low on aircraft is because he's bringing only what he can, but then he's putting the best pilots in them, and so they're fighting a lot fiercer. I don't know, but and surely, uh, okay, if you look at the number of troops and all the things that I have assets, they're really high numbers. You know, I've got several divisions parked here, divisions worth of troops here and here and here. Even here, but they're not strategically. And this is on me more than this is an indictment on me more than anything he's doing or the Japanese assets. They're just not well positioned for offensive action. Okay, if this was over land fighting, yeah, we'd probably be okay. Like if all these troops here were in Burma, we would have for sure blown them out already. But they're parked here in Australia, and I've got to move them. So a big part of this war is making sure things can get from point A to point B safely. And that's just not happening at the speed I'd like. And maybe that's another part of my frustration is it's fine. It's just I need to realize that it's not going to happen in one day to get these guys put these guys like in their optimal position. Um, and historically, this was a difficulty for the Allies. And there were probably dark days for them as well. Even as you could tell the tide was turning. I don't know. Again, it's just A, it's just a game. B, it's I mean, I'm not doing terribly. And the Japanese, based on again feedback I'm getting from everyone, the Japanese player is not playing optimally. Um, but uh, with my limited experience with this game, it just feels like, man, he's still got overwhelming numbers of assets. So I'm not seeing it yet. I do like something someone else said that maybe it'll feel like you're hitting a brick wall until all of a sudden it just the dam breaks and it just floods and it's easy. But um, anyway, in the meantime, um, yeah, as always, thanks for joining me and and participating in the comments and whatever. Any feedback you have, criticisms even is fine. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I see my stuff, and whether they're in the right position or not, I see them and I know what I can do with them, maybe. And I can try my best to put pressure on some of these things and, make myself feel warm fuzzies about like small victories. And other times it's feels like my head is being um, uncomfortably, like I'm getting headaches from running into a brick wall. So I'll be back. I certainly will be back. I just might take a break and evaluate what my best options are to break my rut. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.